Hi there, Tony. Thanks for coming to speak to us. Sunday will be 10 years to the day of the loss of Umer Rashid and his brother Burhan on the tour of Grenada. I just wonder what, as a member of the team at that time, what your recollections of that period were.
Yeah, first up, I can't believe it's 10 years. It seems to have gone really quickly, the 10 years. I mean, you just don't expect things like that to happen. It was a day off on a great tour. We were really enjoying the tour, and a lot of us were around the pool. Umer and Burhan had gone off to Concord Falls with Burhan's girlfriend, and just for a jolly and whatever. It's a lovely spot. And we were around the pool and we had a phone call. I think Richard Montgomery took the call, and we heard that there'd been trouble up there. We didn't exactly have the details to start with, and then slowly but surely, then Alan Lamb and Nigel Felton, who were running the tour, they came around and explained what had happened. And you know, it's just one of those things you never expect to happen when you're on the tour, all lads together, prepping for a new season. You know, just a huge loss, and huge loss for the changing room. You know, it was well, to be honest, we had 2 flights out of there, I think, within 24 hours.
And it's a very sad time for the team and everything like that, and obviously a tragic loss for the family at the time. And that, I mean, what was the impact on the team spiritually? Did it really take the team down, I expect? Yeah,
I mean, you know, I'm a father of 2 daughters, and I mean, let's not kid ourselves here. From the family's perspective, it's just immense. You know, you can't even comprehend that. But from a team, Umer was life and soul of the dressing room. You know, there's a lot of Peter Moore's always used to say about playing without fear of failure. Well, if one person personified that, it would be Umer. You know, he played with a smile on his face and just loved every minute of being out there. He was so close to being, you know, I'm sure we'd have seen over the last 5 or 6 years that he'd have gone on and achieved things at national level as well. He was a fantastic player, a natural cricketer, whether it was ball in hand, bat or fielding, and you know, got some great memories of him on the field. You know, some really great games. I remember one down here, especially when we chased down 400 odd against Gloucester, and he had the winning runs. I think it was the 7th highest score in first class history to chase down in the 4th innings, and play a big cover drive, I think, with freedom and a flourish, and we'd won that game, chased down 440. I mean, you know, Ooms was that kind of bloke. I would say he was everyone's second best mate, and I could pay him no bigger compliment than that, because everyone's got, you know, a friend and whatever. But if you went around the whole dressing room, Umer would always be someone's best mate there. You know, so it's, you know, it was just a huge loss for the team.
You mentioned before about obviously his spirit around the dressing room and everything like that. I mean, a funny guy all round and everybody's friend. I mean, have you got any kind of stories, anecdotes about some of those antics?
Yeah, I mean, just see how laid back he was as a cricketer. I remember playing at Taunton. I think it was back in about 7. I think I got out, so we were 4 wickets down. That's right, we were 4 wickets down when I got out, and no one could find Umer. And he was just out the back, chilling out, and he was in next, and he was still in his tracksuit with you know, one wicket to go, and he'd have been out there, and we said, "Ooms, come on, you're in next." Safe, man. And he walked out, slowest change of all time. Everyone else had been panicking like he was going out of fashion. He was just relaxed, putting his shirt on, and wicket went down about an hour later, and he strode out. I think he got about 40 or 50 or whatever, as if he didn't have a care in the world. Yeah, I remember off the field, little story off the field. I used to rent up here with 2 other lads. I think at the time it would have been Mark Robinson and Tim Ambrose, I think. And we lived on a road, I think it was Havelock Road it was called. There was a big hill going down, and you had to park on the steep slope. And we came back from a game, and Ooms had been driving. So he parked a brand new Passat, lovely car it was, you know, with all the writing on the side. And I parked it on the hill, chucked the keys at me. I just walked away, got into the house. Next thing, I get a knock on the door, people screaming at the door. It had gone down about 30, he hadn't put the handbrake on properly, it had gone down 30 yards, and luckily it had just bumped up against a BMW in front after about 30 yards. If it had missed that, it had about another 150 yards to go down. It would have cleaned everyone up, I think. So he'd have a few little stories. There's loads of stories with him, I have to say. But he was, like I said, he just put a smile on everyone's face, and it was a pleasure to play cricket with him, to be honest. You know, he made people feel like, you know, some days you get days where it's hard old slog getting out in the field, but he made it very pleasurable to play.